Well, you two look very ready for something.
We are very ready indeed, aren't we, buddy?
I dig it.
What are we going to go and do?
The big swimming pool.
Clean the swimming pool.
Let's do it. Help, buddy.
There's very little water in there now. Okay, so the plan today is to clear this out. Get rid of all the leaves, get them onto the compost, which is very exciting because this is like compost gold dust.
Mommy!
Yeah?
Swim pool.
Yeah. And we're going to try and do it very gently to make sure that if there are any more salamanders in here, which there probably are, we can retrieve them and put them somewhere safer than beneath all the compost. And then we're going to need to give this a quick clean and then refill it with water from the well. So that we got water once again to do the vegetables. How are you? What's in there? The frog pond? Well, I tell you what, it's a far cry from last summer when getting in this was actually quite appealing.
Yeah, wasn't it? What a cool project it was as well.
Right, Dad, can we have our spades, please?
Let's just open this up and empty some of that water out. There's a drain here.
It's a shame we can't pipe that onto my veggies.
I don't know where it pipes to be honest.
Is there another pipe in there, or is it just going to flow out?
I think it's going to flow out to the bottom.
Oh, I see, into the overflow.
Into the overflow.
Mario, still no sign of Mario.
Still no
Next
sign.
week, huh?
Yeah, he said maybe next week he comes, but he's got some staffing issues, I think, which are causing problems for him.
Shame. Okay. Right, let's get busy.
All right, let's do it. Doesn't it smell really nicely of this mint?
Yeah, it's lovely, isn't it?
So it reminds me of when I was a kid, the smell. You know, hiding in the shed, garden shed in the back garden.
Yum, yum.
Mint growing everywhere. Lovely smell. All right.
Crusoe, where's your spade?
Yeah.
Daddy, I need my spade.
You need your spade, do you, Crusoe? Right, where's that? There it is. Right, Crusoe, we need you to fill up your wheelbarrow with leaves. Can you do that?
Yeah.
There we go. There's your wheelbarrow. There's your spade. You fill up your wheelbarrow with the...
Good job, Crusoe.
I am on salamander duty. Oh, well done, Crusoe. You've nearly done it.
that'll do. Don't forget to look for salamanders.
There's a lot of water around at the moment, even though it hasn't really rained for 4 or 5 weeks. I looked on the weather forecast this morning though, and it looks like we've got thunderstorms on the horizon. So
that's good news.
that is good news.
So we've just been looking at this oak, which is quite incredible how it's grown. It's right on the corner of that wall, and it's kind of holding that bank together. Anyway, these branches are all hanging really low.
I think we can balance that tree a little bit better. It's probably already feels like it's perfectly balanced, but if we can just lighten the load that's leaning this way, it'll probably be a good idea.
Which one are you thinking of? Not this one, hey, because this is such a nice shady one.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, that's the biggest one.
Okay. So that means we get no shade in here.
Well, we can just put up a pole and some netting. Let's start by taking 1 or 2 of the smaller lower branches down and see where we get to, see how it looks. But we've got a couple of issues here. I think the first is we actually want that tree to stay where it is. We don't want it to fall down in a big wind. And also we've got a lovely plum tree here, a little bit more sunshine wouldn't do that any harm either. So let's chop down a few of those lower hanging branches and see where we get to.
Because look, that, oh no, I don't know. Oh, he's very good at flicking back onto his tummy, isn't he?
All right, last few spades.
Right.
Well done, darling.
I'm so pleased. This job's been a lot nicer than I thought it was going to. I've been dreading it because I thought it was going to be disgusting because it looked disgusting, but really it's just leaves, so it's been really fine.
It's more than leaves, darling. It's food for our food.
It's food for our food. Honestly, if you were ever in any doubt whether or not chickens had a personality, you just have to meet Fifi and Sasa. They're never far from where we are they?
No, they're not.
They're such characters.
I see why we've not got a lot of pressure coming out of that pipe at the moment. I think this pipe is almost completely done in, so I'm going to have to fix it.
Okay.
Won't take long.
All right, cool.
All right, turn it off. This willow is pretty handy stuff. Joao has been cutting, yeah. Joao's been using this willow to fix vines to the wires instead of string. So when we just walked down there to pick up the chainsaw and other bits and pieces that we need to do this project, we saw a whole bunch of water across the pathway. My only assumption is that when we emptied the pool here to let the rest of the water out, that's gone into a pipe at the bottom, and that pipe has taken the water down there. So I think something definitely worth investigating for a little bit later on. Where does that water come from and where does it go? There's all these pipes under the ground that we just don't know anything about. We don't know what they're there for. So I think that'll be a fun investigation, especially as part of our ongoing regeneration of our irrigation system. So let's have a look at that. Right, where's this pipe broken? Here, big chop there, look.
Oh, Daddy's going to cut the tree.
Okay, here we go. This is where the problem is. A lot of water's coming out of that, so I'm just going to chop the pipe there and reconnect it. Should be easy. Make it easier for the plants to grow around it. Right, that will have definitely fixed the problem.
Well,
Big
that's
noise
good
in it.
timing, darling, because there's the last load for the compost.
Great,
And we are ready for a rinse.
let's do it.
there's a pipe next to the trough that's like,
Overflowing with water.
yeah, is that
Yes, okay. Oh, well, I don't know. Let's go and have a look.
I don't know.
You hear that, Danny?
Yeah. Do you know what it means? It's obviously the vine irrigation system.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe they just attached because that's what the screw top is all about.
Yeah.
Because there's a screw thread on the top.
So you can just attach the.
I bet they just attached a pipe to the top of it.
There you have it.
Okay, so it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah. Did you think
I
you
was
were
like-
just coming to give John a plumbing job?
Yeah, I was gonna be like, John, sorry. But you got a whole lot of water.
Yeah, you'd have been very popular. Okay, right team, let's go and have a look at this water that's coming out. So, we've always been quite curious about these pipes. You know, I haven't done anything with them, just left them there. So look, here we go. That's it. We got water coming out the top there. Not massive pressure, but I guess if we had some heavy pressure, it would be coming out with earnest. Look, there's water everywhere. So what I think they must have been doing is screwing something onto the top of this and then watering from here everything that was down here. Isn't that great? Gravity fed. I also know that we've got another couple of those screw points in different parts of the farm as well. Oh, a nice butterfly. So they must also be connected. Very interesting, very handy for when we need to be taking water from the well, but watering all over the farm. Remember, before we purchased this place, it was left for 20 years, abandoned completely. But before that, it was an actual working farm with probably 3, 4, maybe even 500 grapevines around the area that will have all needed some water during the summers. Anyway, let's get that oak tree branch down so that we can carry on with the project. How are we going, Danny?
Yeah,
So the water pressure pretty much stopped as soon as the pipe here stopped.
Intriguing. So it's not this overflow, this emptying.
Now I'm thinking about it, it might not be from here. It might be just when we turn the well on.
It pumps.
It pumps through that pipe and to other pipes.
So why did what you did yesterday mean that water's now pumping out of that? What did you connect?
Just a
This
pipe
pipe
inside the
here.
well. Yeah. I thought it was coming just to this pipe here that we've got.
Right, so
I
it's
just
obviously
fixed.
going to the whole system.
So we're going to need to cap off the rest of the system
Okay.
and find another pipe system, like a hose pipe with a connection that goes onto the top of the screw bits.
Okay.
Joao is going to be delighted.
Isn't he?
Yeah.
This is so cool.
Yeah.
So that's going out the swimming pool is just going over the edge.
Yeah, I think so. All right, so we also have an overflow when things get a bit hectic, which is why we're still digging the reservoir below, because we want to collect it. So I would imagine that overflow is pretty busy at the moment. Yeah, there we go. We've got quite a lot coming out there. That's probably then coming from the reservoir that we're just cleaning. Look at that. There's our reservoir that's still half dug. Mario's been so busy. Anyway, hopefully he comes very soon. What's so cool about all of this is that it's just over 1 year since we moved here. And here we are a year later, still discovering things about this farm that have been secret to us. And these aren't just discoveries, these are really great discoveries, things that make our lives so much easier and better. And of course they're here because the people that were farming here before will have needed them to farm efficiently on the farm. But it's just great, really great to be able to find them. All right, darling.
Yeah.
Shall I fire up the chainsaw and chop a branch?
Just admiring the wildlife.
Okay.
If you must.
I think
You
it's
know
a
I
good
don't like
idea.
cutting trees.
Well, look, this plum tree here, let's get the oak tree branch away from that plum tree so it's got some space.
Okay. Have you stopped?
I want a big tree, Daddy.
All right, that's it. I think we cut enough for today. Always when I'm cutting anything down with the chainsaw, I just do a little bit at a time and keep an eye on it and come back the next day and have a look and see how it is. You know, you don't want to go and razor down a whole bunch of stuff and then wake up the next morning and think, I have to wait 20 years for that to grow back. So, yay!
Bamboo, look at bamboo.
Bamboo's not good, is it? What can you do with bamboo?
Daddy cuts it.
Daddy cuts it, yeah. Lots of bamboo growing there.
Yeah, those are nice canes developing up there. Pleased with those. So you need to cap off those water pipes before we can fill up the pool.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think. So that's it, we're pretty much ready. I think to start looking at getting the irrigation system up and running and properly working. But you want some doors, don't you, putting in some gates?
If you think that's a good system. I mean, like I said yesterday, I felt completely ridiculous running around with a budzer trying to like dig up my pathways to stop water, and it's made a mess everywhere. Like, it's made soggy pathways and it's made a big mess. So if we're going to do it, we need to do it really properly
I think
and effectively.
yeah, I think how people normally do it is exactly like you did it yesterday.
Yeah.
Or it's exactly like how you've been doing it. But maybe they've just got a little bit more experience in doing it, and they know
Okay.
where to open and close and how to do it a little bit swifter.
I think it's probably also the speed of the water, because let me show you now. So the water that was coming out of the well yesterday obviously was pump fed, and it really pumps hard. This water is gravity fed and it's so much calmer, so it doesn't erode. This is my point. With that water from the well, it was literally like, as you're trying to shut gates and dig gates, it's washing them away and it's washing over the sides of the beds and it's causing havoc. So that kind of thing's not going to work. This though is lovely. It's a really peaceful way and effective way to water a garden. And let me tell you, this is therapy. Come down here at the end of the day, boys are in bed, and just sit quietly listening to the birds and the sound of the water glugging out the pipe, and then like slowly amble my way down to go and shut the gates around the tomatoes.
Okay, I'm just back from the shops. Got everything I need just to finish off this little project. Then we'll be switching on the irrigation system, the pump from the well. Hopefully there'll be no leaks. Hopefully the taps that I've bought cap off the pipes at the other end. And then we'll be able to fill back up our water reservoir, our sofa swimming pool up here, and see how the water starts to last. And then hopefully after that, Mario comes and finishes off that pond so we can store some more water over there before it starts to become troublesome. All right, so this is one of the uprights that I'm going to cap off now, and then we'll work out what kind of pipes we need to put on the other end so that we can water all of the vines that we planted around here. That in this area here there must be at least 50 vines, so okay. We've got one around the corner too. finding an attachment for the top of this so that we can water. I mean, we've got another 50 vines down here on this field around the edges as well. It'd be good to have some system where we can water. There we go. All capped off. Good. Go get Tara and see how it works out.
Hello, love.
Yeah, so I've finished. I've capped off all of the pipes.
Cool.
We are super ready to go and fill up the pool.
Alrighty, let's go do it.
Shall we do it?
I'm excited.
Okie doke.
Hello, you lot.
They look pretty keen to come and see whether it gets filled up too. Hello, guys. Huh? And girls. Got it?
Yep, I got it.
What's the pressure like? Is it better?
Alright, you better go and check your taps, darling.
Yeah, the pressure looks good there. I'm just going to have a quick look and I'll come back.
Alright.
Take you guys with me. We can all go and have a look. Crusoe's going to love playing with this tap, I'm telling you. Okay, here we go. Sugar. Okay. That's how that works then. Love it. Delighted.
What you doing, buddy?
Why did it catch bugs?
You're catching flies.
Yeah.
Get him, get him, get him. Say, shoo, fly.
Yeah. The cat flies. Yeah.
Did you get them?
Yeah, no.
Cheeky flies.
Silly flies.
Silly flies. Well, while Crusoe sorts out our fly issue behind me, I am going to get stuck into trying to do something with these loquats. If you were watching a few weeks ago, I spoke about how our loquat tree was full of loquats. And you're catching flies. And how one of my goals this year is to make sure that we have very little waste or try and use as much of the produce that comes off the farm as possible. So the first thing that's fruiting this year is the loquats. I asked for recipes and so many of you wrote to us, so thank you so much. But Tracy, your email came through and the recipe of the loquat pickle sounds amazing and so easy. So I'm going to start with loquat pickle and see how we go.
Mommy,
Yes?
catching flies.
You're catching flies. If I can get it made before Crusoe eats them all. That is probably the biggest challenge of all. But I'm so excited to try these, so I'll let you know how it goes. But first things first, I'm going to get the loquats pitted and peeled and get the ingredients for the pickle ready. As is often the case when Mummy gets busy with something, the baby wakes up. And if there is a person on this planet who loves loquats,
That's it.
it's Mr. Sawyer. Hey?
Oh, I should go see Crusoe.
Thankfully, we still have Nicole here to help. So, 2 hands are better than 1. like the vinegar, Crusoe?
Oh, yeah.
Really? So I'm going to put into this jar the loquats, ginger, garlic, jalapenos. Then you mix it all up and then you add cider vinegar, sugar, salt and hot water. Close it up, put it in the fridge for 5 days. And then you have loquat pickle.
Yum, yum.
Yum, yum.
Do it.
Okay, so there you have it. Sawyer's dropped his watermelon, so he's very upset. But that's 2 jars of loquat pickle into the fridge for 5 days. We'll let you know what it's like. The other thing that I had amazing advice about was how to propagate basil from cuttings. So that's the next project on my agenda, which I'm really excited to try. So thank you so much for everybody who wrote. And loads of you also had questions about why this lovely lady is always on the farm. Nicole is my cousin. She's also Crusoe's godmother and Nardis is Sawyer's godfather. So they're very, very close to us and we absolutely love having them to stay. But I also thought that what Nicole does for work might be quite interesting to some of you. So I thought, why doesn't she tell us about it?
So I run my online business through a company called NuSkin. I sell and recommend products to people all over the world, and these products range from skincare to beauty to health and wellness. And when NuSkin first approached me to start my business, I was so excited because it aligns so perfectly with what I'm all about and what I'm passionate about. And I get to do this alongside my other commitments. My husband and I have been traveling through Europe for the past 5 months, and it's been so fun. We've been house sitting, and it's just really, really awesome to be able to earn on the go. And I especially love sharing products with my family and friends. And I recently got Tara onto our collagen.
Yeah, so looking forward to seeing what those results are like. And I also was very spoiled. Just before Sawyer was born, Nicole gifted me one of their amazing award-winning devices called a Lumi Spa. It's like this little mini facial and it is amazing. I thought since you guys are so generous with things that you share with us, this might be something that we could share with you as a business opportunity if you're looking for something on the side, or if you're looking for a change, or just some very cool products. So if you want any links, they're all in our description. And yeah, just reach out. We'd be happy to chat. All right, let's get on with the basil, shall we?
Time to get going.
Anyway, for those of you who don't know, basil is one of the easiest plants to grow cuttings from. Did not know this. So I was just watching a video about it, and basically there's a couple of short rules, but you want to pick a shoot, I suppose it is, that doesn't have seeds or flowers coming out the top. You want to go about 4 inches long on the stem, cut it off, take off the excess leaves, just leaving the first 2 rows, and then pop it in water, and basil will then grow a whole root system. And once that's done in about 2 weeks, we can plant them out into the ground. Now, the destination for these lovely things is in amongst my tomatoes, because apparently tomato and basil are the most amazing companion plants. They're the most amazing companions in food, so that would make perfect sense. And when we decided to move to Portugal, I'd had this like dream of having these enormous, lush, delicious basil plants. So this is hopefully the start of that. If you watched the video previously, you'll know that I have been trying to grow them from seed. It was not successful. So I'm hoping this is going to be better. So yeah, thanks so much to everybody who shared that little tip. I have learned a lot. Okay, let's see how they do. Nicole actually leaves tomorrow, so I think, Tinks, it's time we go and have a nice cup of tea and call it a day on the home industries. What do you reckon?
Sounds amazing. Let's do it.
You got the heart that is bigger than the sun. You got the smile that is wider than the fun. Whatever you imagine will come true. Whatever you wish upon a star will do. And there is only one thing you should really love. It is your heart when it sings up above. Hey, you over there, it's time to get up and make the world shine. It's time to get back to feeling so fine. You can dance or sing, or you can sing or dance. You got to find the voice that was lost. You got to find the sparkle.